Today is a serious video because today we are going to be talking about Theft King. Everyone in the FNAF fandom knows who Theft King is. He's one of, if not the most controversial person right now in the FNAF YouTuber fandom. He has a lot of hot takes that people don't agree with, and he's gotten into a lot of trouble. We are going to be talking about this from the perspective of former fans, because we actually really did like Theft King, and we were really hoping that he would change and improve. But it's over 7 months later, and he's still showing the same behaviors that he was showing that got us mad at him before. So we feel like it's necessary to make a video talking about what he's been doing and how he can improve. Now, we're not going to use this as an excuse to bully and harass him like a lot of other people are doing. We feel like that we can get our points across without having to throw insults at him and without having to be mean to him. So hopefully if he does end up watching this video, he'll be able to take the constructive criticism from it and maybe improve what he's doing. So this began over 6 months ago with the Pear situation. We covered the Pear situation in a video already. If you want to know more about that, go check out that video. In that situation, there were very manipulative people in the fandom who were threatening fan game creators. There was a lot of shady stuff going on there. Theft King called it out. Everyone pretty much agreed with him, and that was a good drama. Well, next he got into drama with Kane Carter, who is the guy making Pop Goes. He's in the Fanverse initiative. He got called out for clickbaiting, deceiving people with his thumbnails and titles. He got accused of just being a grifter in the FNAF fandom. And he handled that drama all wrong. He got really emotional about it. He personally attacked King Carter, told him to burn in hell. We didn't cover this a year ago because we really thought that he would improve from it, and we were really hoping that this would just be one petty incident and that it wouldn't go like the way that it has. But with the activities that he's been showing recently, I don't think that this is going to change, and I don't think he's going to stop doing this. So after the Kane Carter incident, where he ended up losing a lot of subscribers and ended up getting a lot of hate, he started to add in manipulative stuff to his videos. And this would be where he told you, look at these puppies and kittens, subscribe for the puppies and kittens. Now you could say that it's a joke, but I don't feel like it's a joke. With the tone that he has with that, and knowing that his audience is largely children, I feel like it's done to get more kids to subscribe to him and feel bad for him. And this isn't just in videos, he's also on Twitter trying to get you to feel bad for him, while also throwing out constant jabs on his Twitter and his videos at the same people that he already got in trouble for throwing jabs at them over a year ago. So he wants you to feel bad for him, but he also wants to shit talk more creators in the FNAF community.
Yeah, and I honestly don't remember him doing the stuff with the puppies and kittens before the first thing with King Carter, but I know when he started to do that, I started to not like his content as much, because there was more of a shift at that point as well as that just being annoying, manipulative stuff.
So the Kane Carter pettiness has sprung up again, where he was covering a YouTuber stealing one of his videos, which that's a whole rabbit hole in of itself that I'm not covering here. But he put King Carter on the thumbnail, stealing his video and running away. So to anyone who didn't watch the video, they would think that it was a hit piece on Kane Carter, when it wasn't. He just put King Carter on the thumbnail to take a jab at him for literally no reason. Then he goes on to get in a lot of trouble by defending somewhat the artist Fizzy or Feezy when she got fired recently by Scott. This was someone who was working on the book covers for the FNAF stuff, and she got exposed for being a weirdo, which I'm not covering that also because I don't want to get into FNAF drama constantly. So if you want to learn more about that, look into it yourself. But she got fired for being a weirdo and for writing stuff that was very inappropriate involving kids. Because this is a kids franchise, I can understand the firing, and I'm shocked that it took as long as it did for her to get fired.
Yeah, not covering it, but she was called out for it a couple years before.
So basically people were very happy that she got fired. They were bragging about it on Twitter. They were talking about it on Twitter. They were memeing about it on Twitter. Theft King got very mad about this and decided to basically defend her by saying that you shouldn't knock someone while they're down and you shouldn't celebrate someone failing and you shouldn't have this type of mentality. And in a way I can kind of see it. Maybe he saw a bit of himself in her. Maybe he thought that it wasn't as bad as what it was. Maybe he wasn't fully educated on it. Who knows? But either way, it was a very bad take and he should feel bad for saying that. And instead of like learning from it and apologizing about it, he decided to compare it to Scott getting canceled a while back. Scott, the creator of FNAF, which made things even worse. People memed on him because of that. They called him out because of that, and he got mad because people were calling him out and making fun of him again. And then finally, he got into a fight with a creator named Yeah, because some people in his server were talking about him and posting pictures of him, making fun of him. It wasn't Yeah himself, it was literally just people in his server, like in his staff. So that one was probably the dumbest of all of them. He shouldn't care if people are talking about him somewhere else, and he shouldn't be getting himself involved in that. And Yeah shouldn't be called out for that. That whole thing is really petty and childish. So yeah, that's basically all the stuff leading us up to where we're at now with the Theft King stuff. Now we can just talk about how we feel about it. And I'm gonna go first. My thing is that Theft King really needs to learn from all of this. The problem isn't that you got called out. The problem is that you got called out and people gave you the chance to redeem yourself. People gave you the chance to improve. People were hoping you would improve. We were hoping you would improve. But instead of improving, you decided to hold on to this grudge, constantly bring it up, constantly play the victim, and constantly seek validation and make people feel bad for you so they'll continue giving you stuff, like subscriptions. I shouldn't have to be shamed every time I enter your video. You shouldn't have to mention puppies and kittens to get people to subscribe. That is just really petty attention-seeking stuff. And I don't want you to constantly take jabs at other creators in the FNAF-like fandom. No one wants to see that. It's sad, it's petty, it's unprofessional, it's not clever, you're not witty, you're not cool for doing it. Just like it's bad for them calling you out, it's bad for you calling them out when it's literally just petty personal stuff. So my thing would be is to drop this ego, let this go, and quit bringing it up. You want to keep uploading videos like nothing happened, and you want to keep doing the stuff that you're doing. Mixing your drama with your brand is probably the worst thing that you could do, because eventually drama will be your brand, and this will be your whole life. If you continue to engage in this and continue to feed into this, there will be no Theft King brand anymore. There will just be the guy who's getting picked on for acting irrational online. And from what I've seen from you, it's similar to problems that I have in my personal life, to where maybe you need to see a therapist, maybe you need to get on some medication, maybe you need to talk some things out. Because it really seems like that whenever someone has any slight opinion on you that is negative, you completely overreact and you flip into the most extreme reaction that you can have towards the thing. So if you're already seeing a therapist, I would tell them about the stuff online, and maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to find some way for you to better cope with this, because people are going to talk shit on you online, and the bigger you get, the more shit people are going to talk. I would say that you need to learn to cope with it and not constantly bring it up, because it shouldn't be your audience's problem. We shouldn't know about this, and we shouldn't care about this, but you constantly make it our problem by letting it infect your normal uploads. But how do you feel about this, Luminous?
Honestly, when this stuff with King Carter first happened, like 7 or so months ago, I wasn't mad at him. I was more concerned. I felt for him because in the live stream where he told him to burn, he was clearly going through some stuff. You could hear it. You could hear that he wasn't exactly in the best place. And I felt bad for him. I wanted him to improve. I wanted him to be able to, like, get stuff settled and smooth things out the best he could. Even if it meant, like, him and King Carter weren't going to be friends after that. Or, like, even on good terms. Just get it somewhat worked out. And I was hoping he would learn from what the issue was and improve going forward. And at first, I kind of thought that's what was happening, but it seems more like he wasn't learning, and that's what has me, like, more concerned now, more than ever, because it seems like he does really enjoy the videos he's doing, but if he keeps going the way he's doing things, he's going to become irrelevant. People aren't really going to watch his videos, and he might, like, lose the passion for his videos. And you're right. If he continues the path that he's going down, he's going to end up as, like, the FNAF drama guy. And no one's really gonna like that, because they're already, when the first thing was happening with King Carter, it was like, no one wants this, no one wants drama here. You're making it seem like things are worse than they are, which is why people were initially upset with him to begin with. It wasn't the stuff that he was actually covering in the videos, it was just his thumbnails. So him continuing not really improving and kind of continuing to take jabs at people is only going to make things worse for him. And I really hope he does take a step back to reflect and actually, like, try to figure out why people are mad or upset with him, and try to actually fix it instead of using manipulative tactics to get people to feel bad for him.
Yeah. So I would say that, Theft King, if you do end up watching this video, which I doubt you will, please listen to what we've had to say, and please just stop picking fights. Because first, it was just fan game creators. Now it's turning into YouTubers. And will there ever be a time where it stops? Maybe possibly walk away from Twitter for a while. Maybe possibly walk away from your server for a while. Once you have, like, time to really evaluate things and think things over and get a clear head, then slowly integrate back into that. But you need to take time to yourself when you're having these episodes, because it will start to affect who you are. It will lose you connections, and it will slowly kill your channel. It's not something that happens immediately. No one's immediately canceled. It's a slow, degenerative thing, and that infection is already starting to happen to you and your channel. It's a mindset as well as a cause and effect, and it seems like the mindset's already kicked into you, and you're slowly becoming the thing that people would want to ridicule. I still think there's time for you to fix this, and I still hope that you can fix this, and I only wish the best for you and your content, but you have to stop starting stuff with people. Just get back to talking about the game that you love.